If I could have you start out by telling me your first and last name and spelling them for me.
Yes, my name is Rene, R-E-N-E, Perez, P-E-R-E-Z, Rosenbaum, R-O-S-E-N-B-A-U-M.
Okay. So if I could have you start out talking about where you work and where you're from.
Yes, I'm from St. John's, Michigan, north of Lansing. I teach at Michigan State University. I'm an associate professor there, and I teach in the School of Planning, Design, and Construction, and I'm an economist by training.
Okay. And what brings you to the Cambio conference?
Well, Steve Janetta and I have a presentation tomorrow on Hispanic serving institutions and emerging Hispanic serving institutions in the Midwest. We've been doing some work in that area.
Cool. And so how many years have you been attending the conference?
This is my third year. I presented last year, and the year before I came and visited and checked things out.
Cool. And so what are some things that you like about the conference year after year?
Well, I think this is a rare event in that there's very few higher education spaces that are occupied by Latinos. And one of the things that I really benefit from coming here is to see so many Latinos engaged in scholarship and engaged in higher education. And it really creates space for the Latino voice. And obviously the theme of immigrants and welcoming immigrants is also a important part of this conference that I think is truly demonstrated every time I've come.
Cool. And have you met any collaborators through coming to these conferences, or just increase your network?
Steve Janetta, yes, and some of the other people, I forget their names, but actually Aaron, a student who presented yesterday, is someone I met before, and it turns out that he's here at the University of Cambio, Missouri, but he is from Brownsville, Texas, which is my hometown. So we've become friends because of having met here and having come from the same town.
Cool. And can I ask you, so there's obviously a lot of issues emerging through U.S. politics and other things recently. Have those affected your work at all? Or?
Well, it makes me more sensitive to the issues of Latinos in the U.S. It has affected my activism, but not necessarily my academics. I do engage in dealing with cases where immigrants may have been apprehended. I'm in a community where there's a lot of dairy workers who work on dairy farms, and they're undocumented. And they befriended me, and whenever issues arise regarding immigration, they seek me out for assistance, and that's something that I feel more important with the Trump climate, on immigration. So on the academic side, not really, but it's reminded me that I need to be mindful of engaging in research that impacts Latinos because of the tensions that exist in society today regarding Latinos in general. We talk about immigrants, but really it filters down to the native Latinos in the U.S. because it's very hard to differentiate, and we get treated alike.
Okay. And to finish up here, do you see a lot of those issues being discussed at the Cambio conference this year?
Well, obviously the immigrant issue, and the immigrant issue has always been a topic of this conference, and the Trump era and the theme of this conference are really coming together at the same time. So we tend to pay more attention to the issues today. So I think that the conference is very well poised to be cutting edge regarding these issues. And a lot of the speakers speak to that topic, and I really appreciate being able to learn about what is happening here in the state of Missouri and elsewhere in the Midwest around the immigrant issue, and how Latino communities are giving voice and responding to the situation. So it's great to hear what I consider to be a Latino perspective on the issue here at this conference. One of the things that's really unique, as I mentioned, is that there's very few spaces in higher education that could be considered Latino spaces, and this is one of them. So my hat's off to the leadership of this conference that have been, I think, at the cutting edge and futuristic in thinking about how we as a society are dealing with the Latinos. So I applaud the leadership of University of Missouri in bringing attention to these issues and being a leader in recognizing the importance of how to deal with newcomers in our amongst us.
Okay, I think that concludes the interview.
All right.
Grab the microphone from you.